Hello, welcome to a new Keruga video. Today I'm gonna show you guys a new list I've been working on, adding mainly 4 Search for Tomorrow and 3 Karn the Great Creator to the deck. I've seen people try out Karn in the Halfling Ren and 6 build, so I thought I'm gonna try it out myself. And with that many 4 drops, I thought it's gonna be a great time to try out Search for Tomorrow as well. Because in the past, I never wanted to play it because it only ramps you on turn 3 to 4 mana, which in the past was just not good enough, because your main focus was on the 3 drops. But now with all those 4 drops, it gets a lot better right now, and I think it's the main reason why this deck is that good right now. So today I'm gonna do it a bit different. I'm gonna do a voiceover because I've not time to stream the matchups yet. So I've played now 6 leagues, getting 3 5-0s and 3 4-1s. Which leads me to a total win rate of 90%, which is kind of ridiculous. So I'm gonna show you guys the first 2 leagues I played with this deck, and I hope you like the new format. Okay, let's talk a bit about the sideboard. I wanted to still have access to the Force of Rigor and Endurance, since I also have 4 more green cards that I don't mind pitching in the late game. And then I have a Karn board. And there are a lot of cards you can play in the card board, but it's just very limited amount of space. So I'm playing, the most important things are the Torment Script and the Chalice of the Void, because you can get them immediately after you play your Karn on turn 3 example. Also very important, the Haywire Might, the Pithing Needle, the Coating, just to destroy lands against Tron, and other decks, Ensnaring Bridge, big fan of Ensnaring Bridge in the Karn board. And we have Walking Ballista, just 2 cards as a top end. If you don't need a specific hate piece, you can just get a Metamorph, maybe copy your Keruga, copy an Archon of Cruelty, copy Alashnon, something like that. And just a Walking Ballista to maybe finish the game, stall out. If you're stalled out with Ensnaring Bridge, you can just get a Walking Ballista, maybe even clean the board up or just bring your opponent for lethal. And yeah, I've got a lot of questions about the 4-ring main board and the 3 Karns. Why don't I play 3 rings main, 1 ring sideboard? And just so you guys don't ask me in the comments, I just always want to have the 4 rings in the main board. I want to draw them, I don't mind drawing multiples, and usually when I have my Karn, I don't want to get the ring with it. The first thing you get with your Karn is 1 hate piece. You either get Chalice of the Void, you get Explosives, you get Pithing Needle, you get Haywire Might, maybe you get a Snaring Bridge to stall out the game. And also, I settled for 3 cards because they are clunky in multiples. I do want to draw 1, but usually my rule is if I put 4 off in my deck, I usually want to draw multiples of it, and I definitely don't draw multiple cards in the early game. So yeah, let's get to the games. Okay, so let's get to game number 1 against Pudding Pop. Let's reveal our Keruga. Opening hand looks very nice. Search for Tomorrow on turn 1 means we can play Karn on turn 3. The opponent starts off with a Thoughtseize and takes the Karn. So we go, of course, Forest, suspend the search, suspend 2. Opponent goes Blood Crypt tapped. Okay, we draw another land, not great. Okay, opponent goes for Doughty, I fetch in response, get my Rogram Triumph. Then search comes down, probably get a basic plains. Yeah, also forgot to say I play now 4 basic lands. So I'm playing 2 basic plains over Godless Shrine. So we go to Ferry, bounce the dot, he plays it again. He just attacks, we Solitude. So in our turn 4, hardcast Solitude, pretty nice. Okay, I think opponent made a no, there was nothing exiled with Dotty, they couldn't have sacked it for anything. Okay, we untap, draw once another land, not amazing, but opponent's still stuck on 2 lands. We still have Keruga, I'm gonna take it to hand here. And we can tap the land in upkeep, which determinate my Solitude, which not optimal, since I don't have any cards to draw with Keruga, but Teferi is a great draw though. So we draw a card, get our last basic out of the deck, and pass. Hope to draw another spell next turn. Okay, worst case, opponent spawns my Teferi and creeps my Keruga. But we like a beast, top deck Omnath. And 12 Fire Eyes, not bad. I guess we just pass. Probably tap the land again, I would imagine. Let's see what I did here. Okay, looks like I did not tap the land, which I get punished for by them playing a Fable. So I guess I tap the Grief now. Yeah, so they don't attack. I draw once another land. Yeah, flood is pretty high. Also, okay, not Omnath, not great. Attack, and I remember not playing the Omnath, which I can't remember getting punished for. I think my opponent attacked and cast another Grief. So the opponent attacks. My life total is very healthy, so I don't really mind that. Okay, so yeah, opponent casts another Grief and takes my Omnath. I draw the fairy like a boss. I think if I remember right, I attacked with Omnath and I bounced my own Omnath to draw 2 more cards. So I attack, fetch, gain 4 mana, play Teferi, bounce my Omnath, play it again, play a Fable. Okay, opponent attacks with its Grief. I don't block, obviously. I'm on 1,000,000 life. Teferi down. Plays another Fable. Let's see. I top deck like Karn. Which is great when I have 1,000,000 mana. So now I just discard 2 lands. Hopefully 2 more spells. And I do. So I go for a Karn. And I think I just went for the bridge. Yeah. Because Scam has not a single answer for bridge in the main deck. So I feel like very safe. Just play another Fable, and that gone the Kiki-Chiki. My opponent's basically locked out. The nice thing about this deck with bridge is if you have the ring, you can just draw more cards, so you have enough cards in hand, so your Omnath can attack. And then you just play your cards, they can't attack. Okay, so there you go, play a Doughty. Don't have that gone, we just leave it. Just get a Walking Ballista, just play a huge Ballista. X equals 5. Kill the Doughty immediately, and the rest doesn't really matter. Now we can just wait. Hope we can draw a ring, we'll just level up the Ballista. It's just game over. So let's fast forward the rest of the game, because I don't think my opponent can do anything. So he flips his Fable, passes. It was Solitude, which is not bad. I can copy that with my Reflection, but I have 2 cards in hand, so I choose to attack. My opponent can block. I ping it. And I just pass. Okay, opponent goes for Thoughtseize, I don't really care. Then I just copy my Reflection a bunch of times, and my plan is to just attacking for lethal. Okay, opponent tries to get his Grief back, but it's just writing on the wall, nothing he can do about this. So let's run it back. I think I can maybe watch the sideboard here, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I still have my Force of Will. Ooh, okay, so this was the first list. And the first list I played without Pithing Needle and the third Endurance. So yeah, we bought nothing. Starts off with them Thoughtseizing us. Got our Leyland Binding. My hand looks amazing though. They go for Fable. Ooh, we had a turn 1 Search. So turn 3 Omnath. Turn 3 Omnath is great. So that's the nuts. If he doesn't have a removal spell, that's turn 4 9 mana. It's almost Tron mana. So yeah, we play it, we crack our fetch, get our Fable down, and I Solitude the Grief, I assume. Yeah, let's just attack. We are aggro here. Remember, this is turn 4. So with this version of the deck, we have like 7 ways how we can get a quick Omnath, and it's with 4 Search and 3 Fables. Okay, my opponent is sacking his Doughty, getting it back with Undying Malice, getting some Ob Nixilis, but it just doesn't matter at all. Like, we have Omnef going. I don't mind taking 4 damage a turn from some of Nixilis. This game is just over. We're gonna probably get Keruga to hand, play Keruga, draw 3 more cards. And there's not much my opponent can do about that. He has 0 cards in hand. I think I didn't even attack the Nixilis, I just ignore it. I don't really care. Yeah, I went all face. Opponent just trades here. If I remember correctly, I go to Fairy, bounce the Devil. Oh no, I bluffed. Okay, seems like I didn't care at all, and I just bluffed, which is fine as well. My opponent pings me for 4 damage, plays a Fable, but does not really matter. Bounce the Goblin, swing in, opponent doesn't block, and just go double Fable. Yeah. Okay, so easy 2-0 against Scam. Okay, match number 2 against Ninetalk. Probably butchered that name. Okay, this hand on the draw with 2 lands and a Fire Ice. I usually keep those, especially with Leyland Binding. And looks like my opponent is on Titan. So he goes turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Bounce Land, gets a Azusa into another Bounce Land, and what else? Another Bounce Land, yeah. Okay, so 4 mana, plays the Ring on turn 2. Yeah, like, that's a nasty turn 1. So I can either Leyland Binding the Amulet, Leyland Binding the Ring, or Fire the Azusa. Looks like I went for Fire the Azusa. But my opponent has his Ring going, and I'm just gonna scoop it up. Like, they have all they need. There's no way to win this. The hand was just much too insane. Like, they just draw 3 cards next to everything. I can Leyland Binding, Exile the Ring, but I know they have, like, Bounce Lands in hand. They have Triad, they have Titan. They just... yeah. So in this... here I did sideboard, so of course I did bring in the 3 Force of Vigor, and I bought out 1 Binding, 2 Dead Gone. Which the matchup should be pretty good after sideboarding, and this hand looks great. So we have turn 3 Ring, which is amazing. On the play even. Opponent goes Saga and Amulet, must be nice. I go Windswept Heath and chose to just Leyland Binding. So I do need an untapped land for my Ring, but even if I don't draw it, I can still play my Fable. Wow, the opponent has like double Saga, Amulet, number 2. Looks like he has everything. But I just go the Ring. And let's see, I draw Force of Vigor, which is insane as well. So my opponent has double Amulet, Saga, next turn gets the 3rd Amulet. And he goes for the Ring, draws a card. Yep, that looks pretty nasty. We draw 2, we find a Leyland Binding. So I get Keruga to hand, so I can exile the Ring. Then I can Force of Vigor. I think I Force of Vigor the Saga and the Amulet, right? Yeah. So they are back to the beginning. 1 Amulet, 1 land in play. And they would say through my Leyland Binding to get back their Ring, which is fine, with our own Ring going. Hard to lose when you draw like 4 cards a turn. You just go Amulet, get the coating, and it's game over. Like, they have 0 mana in play, they can't activate their Ring. Opponent scoops it up. Karn, very strong against Titan as well. Okay. Game number 3, we're on the draw. And let's see, opening hand with Force of Vigor and Leyland Binding and the Ring. Snap Keep. I don't have a green card, but as long as my opponent's hand is not too nasty, we can turn 2 Leyland Binding, turn 3 get Keruga to hand, and Force of Vigor something. Of course, really nice when opponent starts off with Slayer Stronghold, because that means he can't give Titan haste that easily. So it goes for turn to Triad, Breeding Pool. And I think I remember that I Leyland Binding the Triad and not the Amulet. Oh, yeah. So I let him untap with his Amulet. Makes 4 mana, and I just hope he doesn't have a ring. And yeah, he just cracks the map for Boseiju, gets back his Triad, plays it to level rest, but we don't really care because now it's turn 4. We can just hardcast Force of Rigor, get both amulets, and they just have a Triad and 3 mana in play. 2 cards in hand. Yeah, they go for something. They play another Triad, which doesn't really do anything. So I'm feeling great here. Just go to ring. Keep the cards flowing. Okay, I drew another Force of Rigor, which just that's lights out. I mean, I would feel better if I had a second right card, but it's not much that can happen to me. Maybe I was thinking about playing the One Ring here, and then just pitching the Search for the Mole to the Force of Rigor. Maybe I don't remember what I did here. Yeah, I just pitch, kill both, but he goes Pact of Negation, which I was definitely not expecting. Yeah, opponent has 5 mana, 2 cards in hand, needs untapped land Titan if he wants to do anything. Which if he had it, it would be definitely scary. But no, just goes for pumping one of the Triads. But of course I don't care about, because I just Solitude it. Oh no, I tapped it. Oh, interesting. I don't know if I agree to that. Oh right, I remember. I think I tapped poorly and I didn't have double white for Solitude. Doesn't really matter. I draw more cards, we just Fable, keep up double Solitude, play a new ring. Opponent has to pay for his Pact. And yeah, they have a Valakut. But sure, we have protection for the turn. Now we just draw more cards. Just waiting to find an Omnath, and there it is. So we go Omnath. Probably play Karn. Yeah, play Karn, get a Coating, just play Coating, and then I upkeep Force of Rigor both Triads. They find a Titan, but it doesn't really matter. Just make their Slayer Stronghold to an artifact so they can't attack me. And with a ring going, with Karn, with 2 Solitudes in hand, like, this game is over. Goes for second Pact, goes for a Triad. And I'm just solituding it, like, don't really care. We have so many cards. Okay, so let's draw 3 more cards. Karn, flip it. Okay, so I search a land before I draw the cards, so I don't draw my fetch targets. Another ring, destroy the lands. Solitude the Titan, attack. Might even play another ring. Yeah. Play Fable. Or maybe I kept up Fire Ice. Don't really think it matters. Yeah, I kept up Fire Ice. Alright. 2-0. Okay. Match number 3. Versus Murktide, if I remember correctly. And with a fine opening hand. On the play it's good, on the draw I'm not sure if I would. I probably would still keep it. Turn for Fable, turn for Ring, opponent worst case possible. Opponent goes for turn 1 Ragavan. And we don't draw an answer for it. Which is pretty sketchy. So we take a Ragavan hit. Ragavan hits an Omnath. Opponent goes for Preordain. Fetch out Triumph. Try an Omnath. So play the Fable. Having no high hopes that it will... Oh, okay. Opponent went for Consider, so it resolves. Which feels amazing. Opponent uses the Treasure for a Bolt, which... I don't know why he did that. Should just play it off his Spire Bluff. And he goes for Predain again. Okay, we loot. Loot away 2 fetch lands. For binding. And I think I just went for gold. He didn't have the counter spell last turn. So I'm just thinking, hey, he might not have it, but of course he does. So we take another Ragavan hit. It's not the worst. We get a free blocker with Fable next turn. Okay, it was a Fable. Plays a Channeler, plays my Fable. And if I remember right, my opponent just tapped out for another... No, it didn't tap out. Okay, that was a different game. Okay, so we start off by playing the ring. No counter, which is amazing. Draw a card. Still have basic plains Leyline. Which I could have leylined the Fable, but I thought I don't really care. Opponent kills my Kiki-Chiki. Attacks. Okay, so we left the fetchland around for our Omnath. But we drew the Teferi instead. Which... kind of sucked. We drew our basic planes, so the Windswept Thief did not get me a basic. So I just chose to not play for the Spell Pierce, just double binding the threat. Dash Ragavan is getting kind of sketchy, but we still have our Omnath in hand. The opponent only has 2 cards in hand. And plays a Murktide. So only 1 card in hand. Into another land, but there's the Teferi. So we go Omnath, into Fetchland, into Teferi. Okay, so they bounce Omnath in response, but we still have the second Fetchland, so we still get our 4 mana. We bounce Omnath. Get another island. We play the Ferry. Bounce the Murktide. Then we can... Oh, what did it bounce? Oh, I bounced the Fable back to my hand. Yeah, that's good as well. Then we have the Ferry, so everything is good. We just upkeep. Or we don't even need to upkeep. We can just begin combat, tap down the Murktide. We could also Solitude it. At this point, it's over. The Ferry, the Ring, on 3 counters, full grip. The opponent go for Dash Ragavan. I tap the Ragavan, Solitude the Murktide. I thought I just want to get the Murktide off the battlefield, but opponent follows up with another Murktide. And we lose 3 damage and upkeep, go down to 4. You know, draw 4 cards, found the second ring. We can now go Omnath, play a fetch, play another ring. Yeah, get Sacred Foundry, play a ring, play another Fable. Ooh, Karn. Yeah, see how this deck just draws so many cards. Oh, which is Solitude the Murktide, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. The deck just draws so much. And opponent scoops it up. Game number 2. Sideboarding against Murktide. I just bring in my Endurance. And I bought out 3 Karn the Great Creator. I feel like a 4 mana Karn against the Spell Pierce Lightning Bolt under Unholy Heat deck is not that great. I mean, Karn, if I top deck in the late game, I can find a bridge, is pretty good. But I thought, against the Spell Pierce deck, I just want my Endurances. Okay, starting off with a Kinda good 2-lander. Let's see, turn 1 Ragavan. I don't mess around with Ragavan. I think I just went Solitude. Pitch, Leyland Binding. Get it out of here. Opponent preordains. Yeah, gets an island. Preordains again. I just play Flooded Strand with the intention of getting a plains and just tapping the land on upkeep. Opponent plays a Spire Bluff, dashes Ragavan. Okay, we take it. Play Keruga, pass. I don't really want to play Teferi here into a spell pierce. I just want to get rid of the Ragavan. So if he dashes again, we can go fire it. Or could even just tap it. Both are fine. But I think I just want to get it out of there. I don't really need to try card right now. I'm not desperate. Opponent goes for a Blood Moon. And I tap their land in response to just try card. We don't really care. Opponent taps out for Blood Moon. We have the 1 ring. So yeah, as long as my opponent doesn't have a spell pierce, we're doing fine. And it resolves. And this is game over. To another ring. Yeah. Opponent just cast a Ragavan. Sure, we draw the basic island, which is actually sick. Just gonna go to Ferry, it gets counterspelled. Then we just fight a Ragavan. I thought I wanna use my fire here because my dead Karn can also get rid of a Murktide or something bigger. But would be fine to also just dead Karn it and keep the Fire Ice to maybe tap the blue land to resolve something. But I don't really care about it that much because I just gonna draw so many cards with my ring that I don't even care about it, to be honest. Like, if my opponent counts 1 spell, sure, I'm gonna draw 3 more cards. I think here I'll just, yeah, it's 1 other ring. So I'm just gonna play another ring, sack my ring, draw more cards. Opponent dealt Ragavan, even though I have protection, the classic. Plays an iteration, gets a bauble, we draw a card. Just sure. Basically, here we're just waiting to get either the forest or we draw another fable. Or I could even just Leyland Binding the Blood Moon, but we also don't have Omnath yet. So I'm kinda just waiting to find an Omnath. Okay, the Fairy is good, so I'm just gonna go to Fairy. Plus. And yeah, we're just gonna play another ring, because why not? Okay, opponent hardcast a Fury, takes my Teferi down to 1, but our hand is just stacked, like. Still have not found an Omnath, so here's my Omnath, I draw more cards, I plus, and now I think it's time to Leyland Binding the Blood Moon, play my Omnath, and continue to take over the game. So I'm just gonna Misty Rainforest. Sure, crack it for a forest. Just Leyland Binding the Fury. And I think, did I just cast a Search for the Moor or did I cast a Fable? Yeah, I cast a Fable. It's kind of impressive how people keep on playing after they have like 0% chance to win the game. Yeah, they go to Ferry, they bolt my Goblin, which sure. Then they think their Murktide is good enough. And the monkey. So at this point I'm just have to try to not mill out, so I don't even discard any cards to Fable, I don't really need to. I just go get my last land. So I don't draw it with the 1 ring. I'm just gonna draw some cards. So play a land, make the mana, kill the whole board, and attack. Oh, I just went Endurance them so I can Fire Ice both creatures. Smart move, Marcus. And that's enough. Opponent scoops it up. Okay. Alright, so the next match is against Tron. And this is notoriously one of the worst matchups for my deck. And I even removed all the charmers from my sideboard. So it's basically just Karn or nothing. So let's see how this goes. Keep opening hand with 2 Search for Tomorrow, amazing. The opponent starts off with a Gemstone Caverns, Pitch, Chromatic Sphere. So I'm in a whole lot of trouble. Just goes for a turn 1 Sylvan Scrying. Pretty impressive. Gets the mine. Okay, just to spend another search. Opponent goes for the Sphere. Boseiju is my land for some kind of reason. I don't know why. Makes 0 sense to me, but okay. So I'm just gonna play Omnath on turn 3. Drawing, which is nice. Opponent has the Tron and the Karn. Yeah, we're just gonna land, sure. We're gonna go the One Ring, Tri-Card, Leyline Binding the Karn. But if I remember correctly, they just followed up with Ulamog, the Seedless Hunger, on turn 4. And yeah, they get the Karn back, take my land, I Teferi, I Fable. Okay, they do some stuff. I'm taking like 20 damage. 10 damage down to 3. And yeah, I'm somehow still in this. I remember here I just have to bounce it because I don't have an answer for it. And I top deck a Karn, which is amazing. And I chose to not play it because I know exactly my opponent's gonna cast Ulamog again. I don't want him to exile my Karn. So my plan is just to let him Ulamog. And then I Karn Ensnaring Bridge and try to kinda get somewhere from there. Because I only have 2 cards in hand. If they Karn shuts basically down the whole deck. They play the ring. They want a front card in hand. So here I still have some hope. So yeah, I'm gonna go Karn. I'm on 2 life. Only 18 cards in the deck. I get my bridge. Lock out the Ulamog. And then I can Liquid Metal Coating and start destroying the lands. Half the deck does nothing. The only things they could really draw are like their own Karns or the second Ulamog. Everything else is just dead. So they go to Giganta to hand, play Relic, can't crack it of course. And they just play the Giganta. And also I'm really glad they used the Relic earlier to destroy my Triumph. So I draw my own ring, which not great when you have 1 life. So I go for the coating, I play Keruga. To an Omnath, which is great because 1 life doesn't feel that nice. So yeah. We have 4 cards in hand, they can't attack. They draw, and what do they draw? Of course, another Ulamog. And they chose to totally fuck it up and exile Karn at the coating. Why they could just exile my Ensnaring Bridge and kill me, but they didn't really get punished because they just threw a Karn right afterwards. But I have a backup Karn. I killed their Karn. Oh, I put the Karn down to 1. At this point it's like pretty stalemate again. What they could have done is they could have just Karn plus on the Relic, attack me with both and I lose. But they just top decked Sylvan Scrying Boseiju and I'm dead anyway. Okay, so going into game number 2. I don't have much to sideboard, but I boarded in the Force of Rigors because they are not good, but still better than that gone. Actually, I only boarded in 1 Force of Rigor and 1 Phyrexian Metamorph because I think that Force of Rigor is not good against Tron. Okay, so our first opening hand had nothing, just 2 lands. So we mulligan into a good opening 6th. They again with the luck counter. How lucky. We go to Advanced Search. They followed up with a tower. They exile their power plant to the Gemstone Caverns, so we're pretty sure they have another power plant in hand. So we tap down the Gemstone Caverns in their upkeep. To another land. Play the power plant which we expected. And they got a map. So we really want to top deck a Karn, but we did not. We go bounce the map and we top deck the Karn, which is great. They don't have natural Tron. They just play the one ring. And we just drop the Karn, get the coating, and pass. They found the natural Tron and their own Karn. And they got a Cityscape Leveler. Which is something else. Just classic Tron, natural Trons. Nothing special. But I top deck the Leyland Binding, which is huge. So I can exile their Karn, play my coating. They start withdrawing their Tron lands. And they're again down to just nothing. But they proceed through my coating. So... But they still decide to scoop it up. Nice. Okay, so it comes down to game number 3 against Tron. We are on the draw and we're really looking for a hand that has Search for Tomorrow and Karn. Let's see what our opening sound looks like. We have 2 One Rings, a Force. I just mulligan that. And this looks fine. I don't have the Karn, but I have, in theory, a turn 3 ring with Fire Ice. Okay, and they start off with Forest. You always love to see that. They mulligan down to a 4. Yeah. Turn 1 Search. We top deck the Karn, which is great. And they go Sylvan's Crying. Get the power plant. We didn't draw land. Unfortunate. Really hope I top deck my 4th land. But it's not Let's Go. They have Tron on turn 4. But they only have 2 cards in hand. Let's just hope there are no Haymakers. And we top deck the 4th land, play the Karn, get the coating. And let's see if my opponent has his Karn again. No, he has an O-Stone. He kind of thinks he can crack it, but spoiler alert, he can't. So we start blowing up the lands, and that's just game over. At this point, I can tap down the land. So they can't even play a Karn, they can't play a ring. Yeah, tap them the mine, destroy all the lands, and they scoop it up. Whew. Very powerful addition to the deck. Especially in the Tron matchup. Alright, final match of the league against Chant Saga. We have a reasonable opening hand. We're on the play, we have a turn to Leyland Binding, turf for ring, not too bad. Still a Solitude backup. Okay, opponent goes for Wooded Foothills, Blood Crypt, and gives us the Channeler Bauble. So it's Chant with Channeler Bauble, which I think in this metagame is not very good. So I'm gonna just go ahead, Leyland Binding it. Don't want to give my opponent more surveil value. He goes Boseiju and just pass. So I go to Fairy. He has the Bowmaster. Yep. So I'm just gonna go ahead, Solitude the Bowmaster, bounce the token. I don't really need to care about my card advantage because I do have the One Ring in hand, which just... Okay, they have another Bowmaster to kill my Teferi. That makes my ring a lot worse, but I still... With protection, it doesn't matter. I can draw a card. All it really does is give the token another power. And we're just gonna go to Teferi, bounce the guy, draw more cards. They go ahead, Inquisition, and miss. Okay, they attack both at Teferi. Okay. I accept that. Didn't they have another Bowmaster in hand? Why they don't just attack me and ping Teferi? Who knows? Okay, so they pass. I untap to another land. So let's go for the Omnath. Okay. They don't respond with a Bowmaster, so I'm just gonna get in some mana here. They push, and of course they should always do it with the trick on the stack, so I still get my 4 mana, sure. Omnath is dead, but... Throw the ring, play another Omnath, and just pass. His opponent goes for the Terminate, retap the Goyf in response. Attack for 2. Sure. Okay, so we just draw another Omnath. We have like 20 cards in hand. So yeah, like... Not really something Chunt can do as anything against. His opponent rightly scoops it up. Sideboarding. I think I in this matchup as well. Oh no, I boarded in nothing. Okay. Yeah, no sideboarding. Okay, opening hand looks fine. We don't have an answer to Ragavan, but... Looks like a very nice value-oriented hand. Of course they do have the Ragavan, because why wouldn't they? Start off with a Triumph. They hit us. Which I'm not too worried about the Ragavan hits with the Teferi in hand. So even if my opponent finds something good to play, I can just whenever bounce it back with my Teferi. For another land, not optimal. Okay, they Inquisition me, yeah, take my Teferi, and they already have Delirium. They start attack me. They play another Channeler, wow, and that's a lot of pressure. It's just probably too much pressure to handle. So they go for end of turn a Construct, and I can at least fire the Ragavan plus the Construct. Yeah. But they get the Haywire Might, which is a pretty smart move since they know I have the 1 ring in hand. And we just play the ring. We don't draw a card. And they play it right and don't exile it immediately. But yeah, this is just game over. So if I remember correctly, I tried to draw a card end of turn, and then they in response killed it, of course. They got even another Ragavan. Oh no, I just tried to upkeep draw. Or whenever. Yeah, I draw nothing, I try to draw, they kill it in response, and we're dead. So off to game number 3. He of course went for Tournament Thoughts, he takes my Leyland Binding. We don't have much, we just have lands, Fire Ice, and we top target Fairy, which is great. Another land, not good though. And they go for another Thoughtseize, leave us with only lands, but we like a beast, top the Omnath, cycle the Triumph main phase. I don't know why I did it main phase, but doesn't really matter. We're just gonna go Omnath. Opponent has a Tarmogoyf. I'm just gonna take it. Okay, win and 6 gets back a land and hits me for 5. Go down to 11. Gets a mountain and Blazer Channeler. Interesting. So he was on the Channeler Bubble build, which I think is awful right now in the Bowmaster meta game, but everybody his own. So we Solitude the Channeler, kill the thing, just get Keruga to hand. They heat us, they heat, and they swing in. Which we don't mind, we have like 2 more Omnaths in hand. So we go Omnath, top deck a ring like a boss, play the ring, draw a card. At this point it's just game over. They heat Omnath, play a second Goyf, but yeah. We go Omnath again. Sadly don't find a fetch land, so we're just gonna Leyland Binding a Goyf and pass it. Opponent found the Saga. Attacks, we take it. Follow up with another Channeler and the Gigante to hand, which we just have a ring, we draw 3 cards. What can go wrong? Like, we find a fetch. Just gonna Teferi, bounce the ring, play the ring again. Draw more cards. just Fable it up, attack. And this is so extremely game over. Okay, here's another removal for my Omnath. Attacks my Teferi. Draw more cards. Discard some cards, draw more cards, you know. Just go to Teferi, bounce the Goyf, swing in. And yeah. All they have is a channel and we still have endurance, so I'm feeling great about my spot. Okay, so they float mana, get a spell bomb, play the Goyf again, attack, re-endurance them, block, and then we just... They have a Bowmaster, which is not bad, they can kill my Teferi. They have a lot of jump blockers. Okay, so retarded as I am, activate my ring with the Bowmaster on the field, forget it is there, but... Yeah, I just take it, fire the Bowmaster afterwards. But it doesn't really matter, I just have removal for every creature and I just attack them and kill them. So, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so this was the first 5-0 with this deck. If you like the format and the voiceover and you wanna see the second 5-0, just let me know in the comments and I make another video. If you prefer the live videos from Twitch, then I'll just try to stream another league and try to get new results with the deck. I'm gonna show you that one. Just let me know in the comments what you like. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Definitely don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys the next time.